So here we have the Warden going right into the front. This is almost some bread and butter for this character. He can take out a lot of soldiers and really push his team to win the front off the bat. Oh, what a dodge. Well played, but you didn't get far enough. So here you can see the soldiers do play in the battle, and they make a big difference in the fights. You can use them as a navigation tool or deterrent against the enemies. Here we have a 2-on-2 in Zone C. This is the zone closest to the attacker's spawn. So if the defenders take this, they're really going on the offensive and saying, we're going to win this battle.
All right, just a quick clarification for those of you folks watching at home. We've actually got Team Samurai, the victors of the first match, in orange this time around. They're the attackers. Sorry, they're in blue this time around. It says orange on the screen. They're actually blue. And Team Knight are the defenders in orange. And defenders in blue.
See, so there we had Raider trying to run.
Confused everything even more. Oh. Let me just iron it out, Jeff. Team Samurai is blue. Team Knight is orange.
We'll go with that. Team Knight is the blue, and Team Samurai are the orange.
I peeked at their screens, and these guys are playing on the blue side.
Either way, we'll go with attacker defender. So here we have it. The defenders are currently winning the battle.
And they've got those 2 points. And now we watch a Raider trying to make a move on one of those points.
So while we watch these guys get used to the art of battle and the intricacies of each hero, those of you out at home watching with a keen eye will notice this is no longer a samurai map. Here we are in one of the Knight maps. You'll notice a difference right away. The infrastructure, the size, the epic structures that they build, and the setup of the map is completely different.
And we're going to see Team Blue going for those revives, having another player right back on the field with you. As anyone who's played a multiplayer competitive game with reviving knows, so powerful.
Yeah, man, the ability to skip respawn really helps you make a difference. But on the flip side of that, we wanted a way for you to ensure that that couldn't happen and that a hero that you fell has to sit through the respawn. That's where execution becomes important. Because both on revive and on the execution, you're initiating an animation that leaves you open to attack. So you really have to consider whether you want to follow through. Executing an enemy not only means they have to respawn, they take on a penalty, and it gives you a health buff or a health regen. So there's a benefit and a cost to everything.
The crowd really seems to like that knock him to the ground, knee him in the face move.
Yeah, the stun definitely has, its benefits, but when you're in a group fight, do you really want to initiate that, or do you want to use the space and wait for support? So here we have a female Raider doing her part in the lane, clearing through the soldiers, really working to push each front on behalf of the defenders. So that's key. All three of these heroes that we're seeing today are Vanguard, as I said, kind of like the all-rounders. And all three heroes in all three factions are available in the male and female loadout variety. So you can really choose a hero and customize it to who you want to be in the battlefield.
And even here we see two male Raiders facing off, but they've got a different look to them. There is deep customization in terms of what your character's armor looks like, what sort of coloration and patterns you've got on there, the works.
Yeah, we work really hard. Our art director does a lot of work in ensuring that there's visual variety. As you can see, there's a decapitation. But the thing with the visual loadouts is that really you can make yourself prominent. So when the opposing team sees you coming, they know what they're in for. They can run and hide, group up, or really try to step up and take you one-on-one. So there is an example of the Kensai level 3 feat, the smoke bomb. That is a tool that allows you to evade outnumber fights or really just blur the battlefield for the opponent. See, so the Kensei right now is going into a part of the map that is narrow, that'll limit his opponents to attacking front on, keeping it one-on-one, even though he's outnumbered in a 3-on-1 fight.
Saw a little collision there on the ladder. The ladders are not, you know, they are part of the battleground. You know, just because you're on a ladder doesn't mean someone's not coming to get you.
No, that is true. Ladders often provide alternate routes to high ground, but one of the keys to being around high ground and ledges are not only can you be thrown off the ledges, but enemies can attack from above, giving them a single hit kill, or as we like to call it, death from above. So you always have to be aware of your surroundings, both immediately, but also vertically.
Here we see the blue team, Team Samurai, pushing that center point, claiming the front.
And as you mentioned before in the last map, this is similar in Dominion mode. You're trying to breach or save your sanctuary, so we have the battering ram in the middle of the front. So here we can see that the attacker zone capture zone C, so while they sit in the zone, they get a health regen. It really pushes the idea of strategy and communication. We didn't want a roving horde of 4 heroes being able to win a match, so we strongly listened to the community feedback and came up with tweaks that would promote communication and collaboration on the battlefield, leveraging the spaces and the areas.
Looks like this Raider has activated one of his feats just as the team goes into breaking.
Yep, so here we go. It looks like they'll be able to rally immediately if they can capture Zone C, but it's all about not just capturing zones, but holding them so you keep those points out of play. Zones A, B, and C are all worth 100 points when they belong to your team, but as soon as you lose them, the points go to the other team. So those are what we've coined as soft points. They're yours while you have the zone, but they can always be taken away, as opposed to hard points. Hard points are earned by killing heroes or boosting capture zones. Those points can never be taken away from your team. So here we are once again in breaking.
And once again, Team Samurai actually in blue this round, pushing Team Knight onto the ropes.
Yeah, and there we saw an execution, so that friendly cannot be revived unless the attackers can rally out of breaking. They are looking pretty close though. Although if they lose Zone A, it's looking pretty close to being done. So here we can see the 3 feats that this Raider has gained. The third one is what we like to call internally Berserker. It gives you a speed and an offensive buff, because he's not the fastest of heroes, but with this feat, he really becomes a formidable opponent. So the attackers are definitely doing their part to win the points back, but here we go, using the soldiers as an advantage and using his feet.
He's got his back to the fire and is gonna catch on fire.
Oh, here's another community feedback option. We listen to the community, and outnumber fights were almost near impossible to win. So this is what we call revenge mode. It makes your attacks uninterruptible, and it gives you an offensive and defensive buff. But sometimes it's just not enough, Chris.
Certainly not, and now we've got 1 attacker left.
And it's pretty easy to see by the faces who it is. It's a team captain on the attacker team. So here we go, there's a couple of options for the defenders. If they see enemies that are felled, they can protect the bodies to prevent revive.